We are on day 3. Honestly, I'm just getting ready for the fractal here. We're listening to some music and so, um, test. There we go. Think we're live now. Okay. Listening to some music, some lo-fi in the background. I'm just getting ready for the fractal here. Gonna be doing some coding on the old laptop. And yeah, let's maybe pull up. Yo, what's up, Onaji B? What's up, Nacho? Perfect. Okay, I can do some code here, and I don't have to pull anything up. How are you guys doing today? Let me lower this down. This is loud. There we go. There we go. What up, Nacho? Big, yeah. Dude, I'm excited. If Nacho, if you're around, you're always welcome to join our fractal. But I'm excited for the fractal today. There's going to be a test I do with our Zao OS. If it works, there's a little bit of an issue with the Farcaster login right now, but maybe I'll have to look into that if I need to update something. But let me try it out one more time. But there is a live dashboard, so hopefully I can see the live dashboard, so I can kind of like watch your group, Onaji, while mine's going on. What's a fractal? Great question. So fractal is just a community meeting in the Zao, which is a community I run. It's in our Discord, and essentially what happens is that we meet in groups of 6, and that group of 6 shares what they've been working on in the last week or so, and all 6 people, after sharing, reach consensus as a group on who's done the most to forward the ecosystem, who's done the most to bring art and emerging tech together the best in this last week. And then after that person's picked, the next person's picked, that person's taken out of the poll, the next person's picked, the next person's picked, the next person's picked, and then everyone gets picked, and then everyone gets a portion of governance in this community as a whole, kind of like a co-op, just by coming in, participating, and can work to use that governance to strategize and build different teams for products, companies, brands that they're building, things that they need help with, things that they need social capital on, people to come in and support. And the goal is to create an incubator out of all that. So you kind of just come in, you have the potential of meeting some new folks and get an opportunity to see what they do to move themselves forward as an individual. And the goal is to have a bunch of individuals, but then also a bunch of solo entrepreneurs or artists or anything you see yourself as. But in the end of the day, like even a streamer has to look at entrepreneurship in some capacity. So yeah. Okay. Onaji, are you joining our fractal today? I want to hear more about how that show was. I need to watch that back. Because sounds like from your guys' experience, it was really dope. Sick. So I'm working on agents now. Yeah, exactly. So I'm working on agents now. Here, actually, let me share this because I was telling you to go do this. Now you're going to be forced to. Notion, Farcaster Agentic Bootcamp. So this is what I've been doing in the last week and then starting this week. Nacho and me and anyone else is this Farcaster Agentic Bootcamp. It's been going on for a little bit of time, and they have videos that you can kind of watch back later. So the first week was just foundations and core primitives. So this first one was Farcaster 101, mini apps 101, then agents 101. And then for agents, there was memory, context, and reasoning. Give your agent a wallet. And that was all last week. And then we started again up today talking about building agents on Farcaster with Privy and Nanar. So yeah, it was a blast, and I'm really excited to continue to grow through this. So I, through thinking about agents more, started my own set of agents run through the Zao orchestration bot, and trying to now create a visual so that I can see what they're doing and when they're like stale or idle, and kind of waiting for a next step. Um, so all 5 fixes are in. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I work full time. Nacho, that's why I don't have very stable hours. Yeah, I work a normal 8 to 5. I have for the last 3.5 years. Done a lot of different things. What do I do right now? I'm a building automation technician. So what that is I work on different pieces of HVAC uh, work and sensors, and if the temperature, humidity, or pressure kind of is off, then we have to kind of go fix it, diagnose the issue, replace the sensor if needed. I did automation engineering before that, so I was working with robots, which was pretty cool. But I'm very ready for the next level of automation, which is AI. I interned in an HVAC manufacturer plant back in 2011. Interesting. Very interesting. What Yeah, because that's like a combination of the two. The place I used to work as an engineer was an airplane manufacturing plant, but I worked with HVAC folks. Ah, got you. Data analysis. That's interesting. I feel like data analysis is such a weird concept now, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you said that, and that's I was like 15 years ago. Wow, that's nuts. I can only imagine what it was like then, like Lean and Six Sigma. Before Lean and Six Sigma were like more formal. But yeah, no, so I work doing that. I would love to get a virtual job. That's kind of my goal ultimately, because I would love to go to some more of these events, working with my musicians, get out there, and yeah, have them have the ability to go and get networked at some of these events that they can't go to as well. So yeah, my goal with ONIGB is to go to India in November. So yeah, that's gonna be the big goal. Go back to India twice in 1 year will be a record for me. Uh, the Gujarat area, technically, all in all, but my dad's family always stayed in Mumbai area. Yeah, for sure. 2026 is gonna be nuts. Maybe I should just pop this up more often. But yeah, best takeaways from the boot camp. I don't know what I don't know, and I definitely need to be like I am super vibe coding, so like I don't even know what like I'm building, but it's very valuable to, while you're doing that, whether or not you're doing that or like super line by line going by it, um, it's very valuable to know the fundamentals. So like understanding the fundamentals is interesting. Interesting. Nacho. How long did you stay there in Ahmedabad? Okay. Pushed to make a PR. I'm fixing something right now for our bad Larry here today. And then this weekend we got the COC concert, so that's gonna be awesome. Maybe I should do this. Let me just stop sharing it. But until you were 7. Nice. B I think that there were a bunch of things that I didn't even know about Farcaster or mini apps in the first 2 episodes that I kind of want to watch back, and like I think it'd be valuable to like watch that on stream even potentially, and take like the transcription of my notes of talking about it out loud overall. Yeah, probably. If you were working in 2011, I was in middle school. 120. Okay. So I created a PR for the Fractal page. Let's push this PR and test it out. It was seeming that it wasn't actually calculating everything, and I kind of knew that, but I never went around to fixing it. So interestingly enough, it's grabbing a bunch of other stuff that I hadn't merged. That's still what I've not figured out yet, Onaji. And this would be helpful for like you to ask I see through. With Claude Code, if I have multiple terminals open, how do I manage branching? Because I end up coding on the same branch with different terminals. So it pushes things when it's not supposed to. And so far, I haven't been bitten in the ass by it, but it's not the right way to do it. So, like, that's my question to IC through. Maybe I'll clip that and ask him. But yeah, I think there's like got to be a good skill, and maybe I can even just ask it this right now since I just finished this PR. Okay, let me ask it. Let me ask it. I sometimes have issues with push and pull requests with multiple terminal windows open in Claude Code because they are on the same branch. Is there a way or a skill I can make to make sure that anytime we make or push or look at code, we check the branches first and split off, and at the end make a PR? Let's see how that goes. B's got you beat by 3 years. Okay, so you're Ankh as well. Dude, I love your intro. I need to make an intro. I don't know what it would be yet. I have a lot of clips that I could use. So I need to like go back and find the audio. The issue is I don't have a lot of the video for a lot of them. Although I probably have a bunch on B's thing, but I haven't like saved anything. So yeah. It'll come when it comes. 2 things that will fix it. A hook, a skill. Fuck it. Build both. Okay, we're seeing if we can fix this. So yeah, day 3, day 4, and day 5, I'm asking my agents now before making the next one or making my build to look at the transcripts from that so that it understands its context of the same thing. Maybe it'll understand a bunch more than I did. That's the goal. Does that change our? Okay. So now, after we push that, I'm gonna check the Vercel, make sure it loaded here. Yeah, this is a lot less entertaining if I'm not sharing it, but I'm on my desktop and I'm on my laptop. That's one of the things I also got to figure out. I tried a week ago, last week at some point, to do a drone video though, like the drone part of the behind the scenes, like what I see, like a screen recording of my screen, and I thought that could be really cool content at some point. So yeah, that'll definitely be coming again in attempt number 3 here. Day 3, attempt number 3. I'm feeling good about it. Okay, our merge request pushed. But the issue is we can't see this OS. This is what we need to debug. I forgot about this. That was the whole reason I came over here and started coding. Thank you. Been having this bug a lot. Can we take a deep audit on forecaster, sign in, and make sure we have all the updated SDKs? I don't know if that's the right way to frame it. Dude, one of my favorite shows. I watched it 7, 8, 9 years ago, and then I rewatched it in the last year with my partner, and she absolutely loved it. Was a banger. So many more applicable things now that I'm like in Web3, and then they start talking about crypto like in ICO times, which is kind of funny to like now like understand that. So yeah, love me a good Silicon Valley. Jeez, that's a long paragraph. One sec. I'm typing something. Open source tools specifically from. Sorry, I need to find this X account. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, like, in the end of the day, the reason we have billionaires is because people exploit labor. So, like, you can definitely exploit labor in India. It's like really cheap there if you really wanted to. But like, in the end of the day, what's that going to give you? So, I'd rather create value instead of trying to cut margins. But I am interested in cutting margins, but more cutting the middleman out, so that the like end user and the end consumer gets the most from the creator or the manufacturer. Okay. There's an account called GitHub Projects Community, and it is banging. There's a bunch of open source projects that it just shares the GitHub for. So I'm gonna have to go research. Go research, my guys. Yeah, no, I mean, for sure. You can do that with, if you understand global economics as a whole, I'm sure people are like going back and forth telling each other trade secrets that will work in different cultures. But I think that's kind of the beauty of Web3 is like you kind of see a little bit of everyone. So you like, I mean, not that I see any of the Asia stuff nearly as much as the America stuff, or even like I definitely get a lot more of the UK stuff, but there's definitely I think that international value of the blockchain. But yeah. Yeah, I want to spend 3 months to 6 months in India at some point in my life at my my grandmother's village because it's quiet out there. There's a garden. They have decent enough internet that I could work there. I think it could be really good overall. So that's a goal of mine at some point. That'd be really nice. Usually I stay there 3 weeks to a month. I once stayed for like a month and a half, give or take. Here's the workstation skill. Oh my, actually is another skill. I see the issue now, Brian, is I've added too many skills that I don't like know how to use them all. This is so confusing. Oh, okay, never mind. I just used dash workstation. Okay, that's not bad. That's small. Smart. Okay, dash workstation. Awesome. 3 months once when you're in high school. Now you cap out to 2 weeks. I can understand that. It is very different, for sure, than life in America. Uh, it's pretty nuts. We got a fractal starting up here in 8 minutes. Um, yeah, unfortunately, my whole thing is broken right now. Okay, looks like it's being FX though. Yeah, I do get that, but like you have to understand that like or at least I grew up with it more. Maybe you a little less, but definitely more than your parents and family, right? The tech illiteracy is challenging at times. Um, but in the end of the day, you gotta like, I feel like we were talking about this earlier, but you gotta just like somewhat let people live their lives. Icons are similar. Yeah, exactly. For me and Onaji, for sure. Even Twitch streamers, though. Yeah. Yeah, but like just having a smartphone isn't like necessarily gonna be giving you tech literacy. Yeah, but like what percentage of the day are they using their smartphone? And like what part of their routine might that entail? And like there's never like a good tutorial for like non tech literate people to use a phone. Yeah, no, my buddy was the guy was the guide for everyone. So I mean he was my guide too, low key. But it's not a bad idea. Gucci Tech Guide. I like that. It may have been a me thing, not an NR thing, guys. Yeah, I mean, for sure, we could definitely make it. Like, if you give me the content, even just like a little bit, I'll show you how to make a website real quick. I'm sure you know though, but we can rock it out in a sesh. Okay, this PR was made 121. I need to push this so I can actually use this. Okay, so I need to start using Dash Workstation, guys. I'm gonna forget that. I just get excited. Maybe but there's gotta be like a way to automatically have .claude like do it, right? Let me ask. Can you make it auto workstation when I open Claude? Yeah, dude. My grandma used to love YouTube because there were so many times where like we would put something on for her and it would be a DVD, right? So like when she was done, she would leave. But then with YouTube, she at some point figured out that it would just run after like 1.5 hour natak. And yeah, it was really funny because she would just like sometimes come over to us after like an hour and a half and be like, oh, like I've already seen this one. Can you change it? And it'd be like into the third one or whatever. But it'd be pretty funny. So yeah, no, I get that. I can only imagine what it'd be like now with AI and fake videos. Yeah, I mean like where people consume content is such a challenging thing to fight in this world right now. Yo, what up, D Coop? I'm just finishing up the stream right here, and I'll pop in a sec. Yeah, bro. Super nice though. Okay. So Cloud Code says it'll see invoke work session. So it should be automatic now. So that's good. Is all this pushed? I should make an are we done yet? Oh, this could be interesting. I do like the pixel agents. Let's do pixel agents. That sounds like fun. Set up on, yeah. Okay. I need to plan more of my streams. I think that's a plan. That's one of the things I got to do. But right now, I am in the middle of a lot of to dos, especially with this concert coming up. So the next thing we got to do is just promote it. So one of the events we're gonna try and rock out today is after the Fractal. We got Easy's Corner, and Falenza I think will be showing up. So one of our artists with Jose. So if we can get Stilo, that'd be really cool. But I'm not too sure. Stilo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pop off and get in here because it's 5:59. Day 3, 3 out of 100. I I'm beginning to think that I need to plan a little bit more, which is okay because over the last like week I've been really going hard on the like creating valuable automations. So I'm curious to try it out now, especially with Twitch. It'll be really fun to set my agents loose on like a stream elements or like a bot command that like like be like how you're working on a command and like it'll take you however long, and like you might ask a mod and they can help you and like walk you through. But imagine now you have the ability for your agent to like really understand what you want. You just kind of like tell it during the stream and it'll kind of like tell you when it's done doing it. You can test it out live and you could just keep on going with whatever you're doing. Could be interesting. Okay,